So here's the box pack of the Redtiger F7NA. Let's quickly open it up and show you what you get inside. So first up, you get a sheet showing you all the important parts of the dash camera. So Redtiger has provided two adhesives for the suction cup, so that's a great thing, which means you can easily stick the dash cam to the windshield whenever you want, and you can use these adhesives to do that. You also get 4 electrostatic stickers. You get a F7A user manual and a app quick book. And here is the main dash cam. The Redtiger F7NA looks slightly bigger than the previous models, a bit more hefty as well. So on one side you get this power button, you get this memory card slot. At the back you get a super wide display, and in order to control the display you get dedicated buttons at the bottom. So you get a mode button, left and right button, and an OK button. You also get ventilation holes everywhere. On the other side you don't find any buttons. So this is the main front lens module, and you also get this windshield mount right here. So on top you get two dedicated Type-C ports, so a Type-C port for the rear camera and a Type-C port for the power cable. Along with it you also do get ventilation holes everywhere. And the best part of this camera is that this doesn't get a sticker for the windshield, this rather gets a suction mount, which I personally like a lot. And Redtiger also providing you an adhesive, should I say two adhesives for the suction mount, makes it a cherry on top, because you can even use this as your regular windshield mount and stick it to the windshield if you want to keep the dash cam in the same place. But if you want to move the camera a bit around, you don't need to use the adhesives, directly use the suction mount and make use of its versatility. So here are the multiple cable clips provided, which will help you in installation of the wiring. And here is the 1080p rear camera for the F7NA. Looks smartly designed. It also gets the Redtiger branding right here. You also get a LED indicator on one side. The lens module is placed here. So the rear camera does get a Type A, Type B connector, and at the other end you get a straight Type-C connector which plugs in into the main front camera. You also get an extra sticker for the rear camera too within the box. So here's the wiring installation tool. And here is the main power cable, which gets a L-shaped Type-C connector at one end, and on the other end you get a pre-attached 12-volt car charger, which also gets a dedicated USB port and a LED indicator. So before we proceed on to other things, this is how you can install the F7NA easily using the suction mount. So just make sure that you peel off this plastic sticker given right at the front. Just stick the camera to a place which you find particularly convenient in your car. Press the suction mount and just turn the switch towards the right, which means towards the top. You will hear a clicking sound, and the camera is now firmly attached to the windshield. So you can see even if I'm trying to pull it out, the camera is not coming out. So this hold is quite good. And you also get a small screw at one side with which you can adjust the angle of the camera up and down, so you can basically get a proper angle. Additionally, the camera is rotatable left and right, so which means you can turn around the camera and record in any one particular direction which you want, which means you can cover the driver's side window, you can cover the passenger side window, and you can cover the front of the car. So that's a great thing. Now, in order to ensure you have zero compatibility issues, I would suggest and I would strongly recommend that you buy a Redtiger memory card straight up from their website along with the camera as a bundle pack. So this will ensure you have zero file corruption issues, zero compatibility issues, and your camera and the memory card will work in perfect unison to give you the best dashcam experience. Now, since the Redtiger F7NA supports memory cards up to 512GB, you can buy either a 128GB card or a 256GB card or even a 512GB card. I'll give you the links to purchase these memory cards too in the description of this video. The next thing to do is take the Type-C power cable, the L-shaped connector, and plug it into the power port of the front camera. Run the wiring along the top beading of the car, the roof of the car, and make sure to hide it or conceal it inside it. So run the installation wire along the A pillar down towards the door and make sure it goes all the way below the dashboard towards the 12-volt socket of your car. So at first startup, you will get a notification to select the language of the camera. So you can select English. Then set the time zone according to your geographical location. So for India, I'm going to select GMT plus 5:30. So here it is, New Delhi. Now it is giving me a notification to format the SD card. Let's click on the confirm. Again confirm. So now the memory card is being formatted and it's pretty much done immediately. And now the Redtiger F7NA Dash Cam is successfully set up and it's already recording via the front camera. So do note that I still haven't connected the rear camera. So I would also suggest you to first actually turn on the camera, go through this initial setup, and once the dash cam starts recording, then you can go ahead and connect the rear camera. So take the rear camera Type-C connector cable and plug it in into the main front camera. So once plugged in, as you can see here, you are getting a rear camera view on the left top corner of the screen. So what you need to do now is just hold the camera and check for proper angle alignment. So now it was inverted, and if I do turn it towards this way, so now it is properly aligned. So now once you get to know the correct angle in which you need to install the camera, you can like easily place it on the windshield. Now stick it on the windshield without having to correct later on for the inversion or the flipping of the image. So once you've gotten a feed of the rear camera on the screen, just check the angle in which you need to install the camera for a proper right and left and a top down alignment, and stick it in the same way on the rear windshield. So once the rear camera is installed, you can now confirm it on the display that the proper alignment has been attained and the left and right portions and the top down portions are properly aligned. So the installation of the Redtiger F7NA is basically complete, and since this is a touchscreen, you can easily access all the settings of the camera straight up here. So as soon as you do touch the screen, you get all the notification icons which shows you the time, the direction, the front and the rear camera being shooting, the recording time duration, the resolution, the G sensor setup, Wi-Fi, voice control and the audio setting. So let's quickly jump on into the settings of the camera. So this is very important, so do make sure to watch this part of the video. The first thing which you get is the resolution. Now you get a 4K plus 1080p, 2.5K plus 1080p and 1080p 1080p for front and the rear. So better to select the 4K and 1080p. Then you have the sound recording option, that is the mic option. You can set it to off or on. Then you have the loop recording option from a minimum of 1 minute to a middle of about 3 minutes and a duration of about 5 minutes. Then you have the G sensor setting. You can set the sensitivity of the G sensor to low, medium or high for emergency recording. Then you have the fatigue reminder. You can set it to off, or you can set it to 1 hour, 2 hours or even 3 hours. Then you have the Wi-Fi setup. You can select 2.4 GHz if you have an older device, or you can set a 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi fastest network if you have a latest device which supports Wi-Fi 6 or the 5.8 GHz standards. Now this will transfer the video files in speed of about 20 MB per second, so you get a fastest speed. Then you have the click tone option which you're currently hearing. This particular click tone you can enable or disable it. Then you have the screensaver option. You can set the screensaver to turn on in a matter of 10 seconds, 30 seconds or 2 minutes after the camera has turned on, or you can set it to completely off. Following that, you have the voice control option. So you have a voice control option which you can turn off or turn on, and individual voice commands are also present. About 10 to 12 different voice commands are present which you can see on the screen right now. So you can just take a look and you can control the camera using these particular voice controls. Then you have the driver assistance. So this is the ADAS features which is now available in the Redtiger F7NA. Many people do look forward to having some ADAS features, and now Redtiger F7NA has provided it. So you can basically turn off the ADAS features, or you can set it to on. And if you do set it to on, you have individual settings to access. You have a lane departure warning, a forward collision warning and a stop and go warning. So for lane departure warning, you can set the sensitivity to low, medium or high. Now you have assistant settings at 60 km per hour, 70 and 80 km per hour, and sensitivity it's set to low, medium and high. I'll currently set it at medium. Then you have the forward collision warning. Again, the sensitivity is low, medium or high, and the assistant settings is about 30, 40 and 50 km per hour. Then you have the stop and go warning. The sensitivity is low, medium and high. You can set it at any particular sensitivity which you want. So 3 different ADAS settings built in into the Redtiger F7NA. So this is one of the most coolest features I think Redtiger has added, and many people can definitely make use of this. Heading back, you have the mirror flip option which you can set it to off or on. Then you have the rear camera flip. If you have installed it in an incorrect way, you can correct the video feed using this. Then you have the parking mode. So currently you need to install a hardwire kit in order to access the parking mode. Then you have the GPS setting, shows you the strength of the GPS satellite. Then you have that stamp setting, which means you can have either a GPS stamp, speed stamp or date stamp, which you can individually turn on or turn off, and which comes up on the recorded video. So speed unit, this kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Then you have the language option, which we just saw at the beginning of the initial setup. Then you have the clock setting. You can set the clock setting. So currently let me just set it at DD YY and just confirm it. Then you have the time style, 12 hours or 24 hours. Then you have the time zone, which we just set in the initial setup. Then you have the DST, that's daylight saving time, which is not applicable here in India, so I've currently turned it off. Then you have the flicker, 50 and 60 Hertz. Then you have the format reminder. You can set it to 15 days, 25 days, or you can turn it off completely. Then you have the format memory card option. Then you have the card speed test. You can test the speed of the card. Then you have the factory reset option. Then you have the app option. So here's the QR code to download the Redtiger app. Then you have the product information, shows you the version number of the F7NA, and then you have the help center, a QR code to access the service support of Redtiger. So this was the quick overview of the Redtiger F7NA settings, and here you can flip the camera view. So now the front camera and the rear camera views have flipped. Now you have only the front camera, now only the rear camera, and you have a screensaver mode. Then you also have the emergency lock button, which means it will immediately start recording an emergency video whenever you click on this lock icon, and this will be stored in a separate folder. Then you also have the album section where you can access any of the recorded videos, the front camera video and the rear camera video, even the emergency videos and the photos. So you can access and view the videos as and when you like, so you can just monitor any recorded video. In case if you faced any accident, any incident, you can immediately monitor it on the dash cam and check if it recorded properly or not. So this was the quick overview of all the important settings, the touchscreen settings of the Redtiger F7NA. Taking a look at the number plate readability, now the car in front is about a distance of maybe 20 plus feet away, and you probably won't be able to recognize the name that's written on the back of the car until we zoom in, and that's where the power of a real 4K, that's a native 4K, comes into effect. A crystal clear read of the number plate, all letters and numbers are clearly visible. You can even read the naming of the car at the back of the bumper, that's the XUV 7XO. You can even read the AX7 logo at the right corner of the vehicle. So this is where the higher resolution comes into play. You can gather, you can get more details from your video from the freeze frames, mainly because of the 30 FPS and mainly because of the higher resolution. Taking a look at the nighttime number plate readability. So here's a Kia Seltos, I think, right in front, and its number plate under the glare of my headlights. And if we do zoom in, what happens? An absolutely beautiful number plate read. This simply cannot get any better than this. A 4K resolution combined with a STARVIS sensor, there's no other camera that can beat this in this particular price range. Moving on to the rear camera's number plate read during daytime. So do note that the rear camera is only 1080p Full HD resolution, so the number plate reads will only be good at a very close range. And if we do take a look at the plate right behind my car, a very clear and a very legible number plate read from the rear camera. What more can you expect? This is simply good for the price. Moving on to the number plate read from the rear camera. So at a close range, at a super close range, this camera too is capable of reading number plates, and you can more or less make out each letter and number clearly. The overall image does look a bit softer since this is only a Full HD resolution, but I think the rear camera is still a capable unit and will help you in gathering some evidence, some number plate reads at very close ranges. So moving on to the video quality right now. So this is the front camera quality during daytime, and as you can see, the camera shoots a real 4K 2160p resolution at 30 FPS, that's 30 frames per second, has a decent bitrate of 30,000 kbps and a file size of about 240 MB per minute. And as you all know, this is based on the STARVIS 2 IMX678, and clearly the video is pretty much flawless. You get the right amount of contrast, saturation and exposure levels, and what really impresses me the most is the field of view. That's nearly 160 degrees, one of the widest field of views which I've seen in any camera. So based on my own experience and my own usage, I can clearly say this without any doubts that the Redtiger F7A is the camera to go with if you don't want to compromise on any level on the front camera video quality. This is absolutely perfect and the best possible video quality which you're gonna get within that particular price range. Moving on to the nighttime, this is where the STARVIS 2 shines through, because you can clearly see that the signboards, the LED lights All bulbs, all light sources are individually visible. There's no blob of headlight anywhere like glowing right in the middle of the screen. The exposure levels are absolutely beautiful. This is what a night footage is supposed to look like, and the Redtiger F7NA backed with a STARVIS 2 flagship STARVIS 2 IMX678 is doing total justice and is bringing out every detail which you might want to expect from a night video quality. Clear cut exposure and contrast levels, no overexposure, no underexposure. This is absolutely best, and you should definitely consider this if you want to have some clear night footage and if you want to have some level of evidence grabbing capability even during night time. Moving on to the rear camera, so this is where things get a little different because this is a toned down version of the front camera. You can see that the saturation levels are now much lesser. The contrast levels and the sharpness levels also come down a bit, although on the exposure side the rear camera is still doing a great job. So overall, if you actually compare it with the front camera, that wouldn't do a proper justice because the rear camera does not get a STARVIS 2 sensor. But what you can do is you can compare this rear camera footage to some of the other dash cameras which are out there, dual channel cameras. And once you compare it, you will realize that this rear camera is actually producing a very good quality. Now, since this is only a full HD resolution, the loss of sharpness compared to a 4K is totally logical and totally understandable. But considering the price point this camera comes at, and considering that you're getting a STARVIS 2 based front camera along with a dual channel setup, I think the rear camera just lives up to what it's supposed to do, and you can definitely rely on this to capture some level of evidence during daytime. Moving on to the nighttime video footage from the rear camera, contrast is looking really good. Although the STARVIS 2 effect is missing out because of course the rear camera does not get a STARVIS 2, the rest of the video is simply good for the price and providing you a decent field of view, I think close to 120 to 140 degree field of view, and this should be good enough to capture some level of evidence, good enough to capture some level of activity behind the car to give you an overall good view of what's happening right behind your car and behind your wheels. So this was the full review of the newly launched Redtiger F7NA, and based on my personal experience, I would definitely recommend this camera if you have a budget of about 20,000 rupees. If you want the best possible video quality, specifically the night video quality, wherein you can even grab number plates, evidence and all sorts of name boards and LED boards, you can easily catch that using the Redtiger F7NA. That being said, if you are interested in grabbing this camera, you will find the link to purchase this in the description of this video. And as a good news to all my subscribers, I'll be providing you an exclusive coupon code using which you can get some extra discount on this camera as well. The details of the coupon code will also be given within the description. So go ahead and grab this camera. This is a newly launched camera, so it will be quite exciting for you to get this for yourself. And also do note that I've also provided you links to purchase the compatible memory cards along with this camera. So since this camera doesn't get a memory card right inside the box, you can grab your favorite Redtiger memory cards, either the 128 GB or the 256 GB. Now do note that this camera supports memory cards up to 512 GB as well. So I've provided you the links for the memory cards, for the CPL filter, for the hardwire kit. So if you're interested in grabbing some accessories too, all the links will be provided in the description of this video. So if you do have any doubts or queries regarding this cam, just write that down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if this extensive video has helped you out in one way or the other, go ahead, hit that subscribe button of Gizmobeep right now, smash that like button and share this video with all your friends who are looking forward to get the Redtiger F7NA Dash Cam. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.